Well, look at this. I'm over here at the job site again, and they've even got some plywood on some interior walls. See there? There's an interior wall there and over there, across there. This wall here, they put plywood. Now, they don't have to put plywood on all the interior walls, but on some of them, if they look on the plans, they might need it. And of course, they went ahead and put it because they needed it. Now, why do you suppose they installed plywood on some of these interior walls? You have any guesses? Well, it's for a reason. It's for shear. It's for a shear wall. See, here's the plywood again. This is an interior wall. And it's going to keep the house from twisting from side to side because you've got quite a few, well, the walls, the floor is quite big here. This is only a one-story house, and this is going to keep their place that much sturdier in high winds and that sort of thing. So are all houses created equal? Of course they aren't. It just depends on where you have your house located, which county, which city, which state, and all that kind of stuff. They'll have requirements as to what you have to do because it's not up to the framers again. We know the framer didn't decide on his own, hey, I think I'll put plywood on this one wall. And I think I'll put plywood on this wall and not that wall and not that wall and not some other walls and not that wall, but I'll do it on this wall and that wall. You know, he follows the plans. The guys who are framing this follow the plans, okay? And I'm just going to walk you around the outside of this house. And still, the funny thing is, they still have not framed up this back section or the front section. Isn't that kind of odd? I just don't know why it's like that, but they've got their reason. Now see here, we're on the back side, and they've installed the plywood around here, and it goes around the corner and over there, around the other side. Well, we'll just keep walking just so you can kind of see. And I was out here, I was walking around the block when they were out here, and there was 4 guys out here, a couple guys cutting, and then a couple guys with ladders installing, nailing it off with a nail gun, pop, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Now see here, here's a sewer line, still needs to be connected. We still have to see that, and I'm thinking it's going to be connected over in there somewhere. Okay, and remember I was telling you about these lines before? They're on 16-inch centers, and this one is 2-foot centers, and this is 16, 16, and here's the edge. So see, you got on 4x8, 4-foot wide sheets, 16, 16, 16, and then 2-foot on centers, and that helps them find where the studs are. Now, if their stuff does not line up that way, and say their stud is off a little bit, and if they see that, then they know how far off this line to nail, so they're assured of hitting the studs. But on most of this, where is it? I would have thought, see, there's a nail. There's a nail right there. And there's another one. Okay, there's another one. And here's some more nails. And see, usually with the nail gun, when you put those in, sometimes they have to come back. Now see this one here? It's stuck out a little bit, isn't it? They should tap that in. And then on the seams, now this nail pattern is probably pretty good like that. But see this one here? This joint from here up to there. I don't know if that's too far apart or not. Whatever your city is, you want to find out what the nail pattern is, so that you know how many nails to put in your paneling, your plywood siding, OSB siding, so that when the inspector comes, he's going to pass it off. Okay, you don't want to find out after the fact, oh, you know, now you have to go around and put in extra nails because you have them about 2 inches too far apart. Now you're going to have nails way too close. You got to add all these other nails because you were off by 2 inches. So you don't really want to do that. Okay, so see, and they got most of the outside of all this done in about a day and a half or so. As I was walking around, I was kind of checking them out. I walk around the neighborhood, and they don't even know I'm making these videos. But the builder, the building contractor, he knows. Okay, and how on earth did they get way up there? Well, I'm going to show you here in a minute. But see how high this is here. Look how big this garage is, and I'll talk about why they've got all these 2x6s lined up here and over in there. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. Let's see, way up there, they didn't get a ladder and go all the way up there. Now, for some reason, they have not finished this, and it might, I don't know why, because there's enough room for them to put the siding on here, except I see this pipe is extending out of the wall. Maybe that's why. See this here? It should be about there. This needs to be pushed in. I'm not going to mess with it. I think there's power to it, temporary power. And so maybe they're waiting for the electrician to come back to figure out, hey, how can we get this pushed into the wall? What are we going to do about that? Okay. But I wanted to show you their lift, their lift over here. And I guess these guys have done this before. See this whole thing? This is their plank that they stand on, and one guy drives it around, another guy stands up on top of there. See, they built it for this. See how long it is? Now, is it OSHA approved? Probably not, but I can't say that I've seen anybody on here. He might have a belt on, it might be strapped to this, and that's really the best way to do it, with a long strap material put on his belt or something like that, so that he's not going to fall off of this. Okay, but they just raise this up off of this, and they just raise it up. He stands up there, tacks it all, and installs all the plywood up there. I thought that was pretty slick. So that tells you they do a lot of framing and a lot of this kind of stuff. They probably got another house already after this one, and they just end up using this thing all the time. They're not going to use that just for one house. Okay. But let's talk about these 2x6s in here. What's going on with that? That's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos, and I'm enjoying this. Hopefully not as much as you are, but I might be enjoying it more than you. You just never know. And you never know what I'm going to talk about and show you next on how to build a house